Real quick, I want to give a shout out to the members of Napalm. They have strapped on their armor and are casting the spells of awesome by supporting this channel and keeping me full-time every month. Thank you so very much. And I think you are interested in becoming a member. You can do so by clicking join down below this video and pick a level that is right for you. And I would like to give a very special thank you to the Lords of Napalm, Bounty Code, Jared Woodhouse, Daimlos, Farthest Reach, Sparoh, Christopher Hensel, Random Rob, Kenneth Kramer, Rodney Mom, Zelik Lived, Vander, Galerain Moonsong. What's the takeaway? Thank you for your highest tier membership. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to the members of Napalm. They have strapped on their armor and are casting the spells of awesome by supporting this channel and keeping me full-time every month. Thank you so very much. And I think you are interested in becoming a member. You can do so by clicking join. Hello everybody. We are going to try to get Sparoh to 70 this morning. And I'm switching over actually to my rep pally.
Do I need to have him leave group somehow?
Yeah, you have to disband him.
Oh, sorry, I should have left before I logged out.
Okay, I think I got it.
Okay, let me check what's going on here. Okay, so I'm on him. His name is Sorensen. Yep,
okay.
You already had it. Good morning, Vaughn. Good morning, Steve. I am sick today, guys, so, you know, if you see snot flying, I apologize. Yay. Turn off my taunt. Now I can learn how to be a pally and not pull aggro. I think my... So I'm going to be doing Consecrate at first, but I've got my Holy Draws aggro off. Let's see how that works. And if it's a pain in the butt, I'll just quit doing it. Ah, thanks, Vaughn. I'll fix it. I'll redo it then. I didn't know that. Thanks for the heads up, though. I will fix that. Thanks for letting me know, dude. I'll fix that as soon as the stream is over.
Actually, you know what?
Biz and Mars just want to stop in and show some love. Ooh, we got that first sweet super chat of the day. Thank you, Steve. And me and Steve, by the way, are going to be playing this evening.
Right?
More Dragon Ball Online, so make sure you come back for our MMO Tourist show this evening.
I don't know.
5:30 p.m. Central, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Great Steve is here. Woo! Thanks for the sub. We are in Shadow Labs today, and Sparoh
I need
is
some more
so
reagents
close
for my
to 70.
Gift of the Wild.
She's definitely gonna hit it today. I'm on my Ret Pally, which I haven't played in a while, so this might be a little rough.
Oh, I think Matt is still.
He is. It's AFK.
Yeah.
You can buy regions off him.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
All right, feed the city, Steve. I'll see you this evening on the show, man.
Wild
Have a good one,
Thorn
dude. Thanks for the super chat, man. Thanks for the support. Really appreciate it, man.
All right, back. Sorry, but
No problem.
No
I'll
problem.
Come back. Mhm.
oh look,
I actually don't
Service
see it
with
on
a
there.
smile.
Yeah, but I don't see the wild thorn root on there.
Yeah, it's second page.
Is
Yep.
it? Wild
Second
quillvine.
page, second column, third down.
Oh gosh. I guess I need more coffee. I need 10. Thank you. Oh, I'll have to change my assist, I think.
Alright, let me switch this over. Get the stream up.
Oh great, now you got me buying wild thorn root. I didn't need that. I need the candles.
That's awesome.
Too bad I don't get a cut of his profits.
That would be something, huh?
Wouldn't it?
Have to change its name to. Well, you don't with Jeeves either, do you?
No.
Oh, because that's perfect.
Make it some kind of goblin and you get a cut.
Oh, is Crinkle? Are you tanking?
Yep.
Cool.
Almost 70, almost there. Are you putting your stream up today, Ren?
Doing it right now and getting my socials out at
Okay.
the same time.
Alright.
And we are live and out on Twitter. And now doing the same on Facebook, or as they say in Mexico, Facebook. La Facebook. Alright, I've had breakfast. I'm on cup of coffee number 4. I've watched the first 2 episodes of Andor, so I'm properly Star Warsed and I'm ready to go.
All right.
I'm good to go.
Let's do it.
Gonna be awesome. Hopefully the dungeon run and the quests will be enough to get my 45%.
You'll need more than one. And how many quests do you have?
2.
Yeah, maybe.
Who's healing? The Cabal? There he is. I cannot hit this guy. I don't know if I'm bugged or what.
Go. Yeah, how does one get the field repair bot?
You have to be an engineer and then build them.
Oh, it's an engineering skill. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, the first one you get, you have to do Black Rock Depths and the plans on the floor. If you remember that one fight with the two golems or three golems.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's like the orc there. You have to kill him, and the plans are on the floor. You need 300 engineering to pick it up.
Rat Shadow.
And then the second one, I don't remember. I think it's just a train. Crink might know.
That's what you were looking for earlier, right, Sparoh?
Yeah, I'd been greeting on those the whole time.
Yeah, need on those through faction, yeah.
Other for faction. Yeah, I was greeting on them too.
Well, it depends on who you've aligned with, but that's the
Aldor.
Aldor side.
Yeah, that's who I picked.
I went Scryers, so I'm getting all the books.
Want to LOS these guys?
Mm-hmm.
Dang it. Woo! Thank you, Vaughn. How's your boy holding up? Looks like he got you sick too, eh? Yeah, he did. I'm pretty sick today, but he's doing better. The wife didn't make him go to school again today, so he missed 3 days of school.
How is your son doing, Nathan? he did okay with the...
Yeah, he's recovering. The wife decided one more day of no school, so he's home today. What's funny is yesterday he was home. I didn't know because he was just in his room, dead silent. My wife didn't tell me. I had no idea he was home. I went to go pick him up yesterday. Like, was waiting in the parking lot, like, where the heck is he?
He's sick?
Yeah. He's getting better, though.
That's good.
It's dangerous when he gets sick. There's a lot of pre-existing conditions.
Oh, autoimmune stuff?
Yeah. Well, sorta. He's got a... He almost had to get the... I'm sorry, it's been years. It was when he was 3 years old, but he had to basically have intestinal surgery.
Okay.
And it made it to where he doesn't hold... Can't absorb liquid as well as most people do. He wastes most of it. So he has to drink a lot. So when he gets sick, any kind of sickness...
oh, that's unfortunate, yeah, because you need more liquids anyway when you're sick.
Yeah, and he needs like triple to actually... for his body to get what he needs.
Those are those fearing guys, right?
Yep.
Heard that. Thanks for the super chat, Vaughn. Appreciate it, man. No, it wasn't Corona. Just, I don't know what we got. A flu, maybe? Yes, he has a very high salt intake. Not table salt, mind you, but sea salt, etc.
My non-fear is down for 3 minutes.
You feared me into the corner. Yeah. Yep, much better now. Thanks though, Click. Yep, much better. I'm a little sick, but I'll be fine. The boss back there looks pretty cool, all stealthed up with his wings outstretched.
Mm-hmm.
Ustra's level 55. What's the smeg? What the smeg, I mean? And on the server we're playing on, you don't need someone to already be 55 to make one. Now on the fresh start servers you do, but on ours or any of the old servers you don't. So if you play with us here on Pagel, you don't have to already have another character as 55. You can just roll a DK right away. We're running Shadow Labs.
That Death Knight pole is so handy.
And I'm on my Ret Pally. Nice. Ooh, two-hand.
The spy should be down this hallway then for you, Sparoh.
Appreciate the morning stream. Star question this morning is MMO veteran guru and your MMO perfect world. What is the right mix to your? What is the right mix
Like,
to you?
which
For
way
your
did the
dream
group go?
MMO? That makes them in
It's-
casual versus
This
hardcore.
way here.
Oh, that's a good question. And good morning, Michael.
We can run down to the end of the tunnel. There's nothing down there. Just a quest.
I would say number one. So the mix between casual versus. So I feel like there does need to. I feel like there's ways to do horizontal for casual.
Accepted.
I think that everybody should be able to. Everybody should be able
don't let
to
'em out?
solo, but it should be way slower than
Poor guy's
grouping.
still stuck in a
Grouping should
cage.
be where the fastest XP comes from. I think there should be activities
Maybe
for
he's
people
like
to
a
do
werewolf and we don't want
because
him
you
out
can't
of the
always get a
cage.
group, or sometimes you don't feel like a
Are
group.
you saying that because you know that?
No.
And yeah, I think that overall though, an MMO world is meant to be hard to conquer, and I think it should feel that way. I think it should feel like it's a climb to get to max level.
Only
and that-
25% more.
I feel like that makes people want
You
to
might
do it.
actually get it.
I hope so.
But yeah, I think casual content like crafting is definitely what I would consider more casual content where you can just relax and enjoy your gathering. Of course, those things should be dangerous, especially gathering because you're out in the world and the world should feel dangerous.
I'm actually gobsmacked.
That's just kind of how I feel about it.
I did not think I'd make it. I thought I'd have to boost.
I think pandering to the casual crowd is a bad idea with an MMO. You should have content enough for everybody to have things to do no matter what. And that's where the whole Pantheon Rise of Fallen content is key.
I think in this case for me is the power of having Nathan to group with every day, because Bounty just couldn't do that every day.
Yeah, we had lots of fun too.
Yeah, I agree.
And I don't know if you guys saw, but I rubbed off on her. I don't know if you guys saw our new video.
Yes, I
I
definitely
love
was
that.
channeling my Nathan Napalm.
I love those scenes where you're blown away by the wind and then you flip your hair. That's my favorite. That's my favorite part. Like I play the song often, but I look back when I see that part's coming up because I love that. It's so well done.
Oh, thanks, Nathan.
Yep, as I put in the comments, that was most excellent.
Most excellent.
Really
Thank you.
was. Really was.
I appreciate it. It is kind of terrifying to go out and be silly and funny and,
Yeah.
just put yourself out there. And I'm a pretty serious person most of the time, so it was fun. Sarah and Aaron Ellis did really well, I thought, with the words. They did all the writing for it. Crow and I came in after and just like, helped tweak and adjust and things, but they did the bulk of the writing and the creativity behind it, so. And Sarah was definitely our taskmaster. She kept us online and giving us dates and getting things done.
Wow, Click. Wow. That's freaking nuts. Yeah, the Paygo server makes you pick alliance if you want to play with us anyway. And yes, it is an Eastern server when you're going to go pick your server.
Oh, people keep dinging. My heart skips a beat. Who dinged? Is that Sorensen?
No, it's my pet. I got a new pet, so he's going crazy.
Oh.
How close are you, Sparoh, roughly?
25?
25%.
Yeah.
Yeah. About to happen.
I know.
Then you'll be max level for a whole week.
A whole week. You're on top of the world, and then it's back to being a freshman.
Yep.
I think Joey got almost halfway today. Maybe he did get halfway, I'm not quite sure.
Super glad we made it.
Yeah, I mean, down to the wire but it was done. It was completed.
Yep.
I'm so ready to be done with these 3 o'clock in the morning wake-ups.
Yeah, I'd say so. That is reason
got a
to celebrate.
Assassin.
And then next week I immediately go into 2 all-nighters in the same week.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys are nuts. Nuts, I say.
And there's something happening right there that I'm not allowed to talk about as well.
Hmm?
Oh, during the same time period?
Yep. It's under NDA. I'm not going to say what it is.
But it's at least outside of the 2 nights that we have.
Yeah, it's not during
Yes.
those. It's very close, though.
Yeah. It's like, oh? He's gonna say something? Uh-oh.
Nope, not going to say anything, because it's under
So
NDA.
Here's a question I have. How is it under NDA when Carnage publicly announced what he's doing?
And no, he doesn't give a date.
You didn't say when, exactly. Why is it under NDA? Anyway, it is.
Stupidity, yeah. That's silly.
I'm not going to say what game it is either, but
No.
it is under NDA. They got their reasons.
Yep. All of us know entirely too much all the time. It's nice to be surprised sometimes.
Every time I don't know the reason why, my dad always said this when I was young. I always think about it. He says, remember that time that God told everybody to spread out across the earth, and everybody was like, why? We're stronger in numbers. He was like, just do what I say, and they wouldn't do it, and then he forced them to do it, and he was like, you realize it was probably because the tectonic plates were moving and shifting. But, like, he didn't have to explain himself. Just do what I say. You know what I mean? I think of that often when I don't know the reason.
Yeah. And we haven't changed much in thousands of years.
Nope. Nope. Middle movies, I can't get it yet. Once I move, I'll probably get it again. When you can discuss your new deal with Coca-Cola, please do let us know. Yeah, I'll publicly announce when I get my Coca-Cola deal, guys. Don't worry. But I am drinking a Pepsi today because I'm not under a contract yet. I find Pepsi a little better when your throat hurts.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I do. Uh-oh, I'm gonna heal. I'm probably accidentally taunted. I'm gonna take that off my hotbar after this. Yeah, Pepsi's soft. I agree. It's better for when you're sick though. I've got my throat hurting real bad. I think it's a little easier on you. I probably should be drinking water.
Sparkly things.
But you know.
I can finally harvest them.
Oh, rogue on me.
Oh, where are you?
Can't even drink in this place. Jeez.
Oh, I didn't know that. You can play Classic for free until level 20.
Oh, nice.
I didn't know that either.
That's what Vaughn's saying in chat. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can create a starter account and play WoW up to level
I couldn't even download it without a subscription.
Yeah,
Just
I-
Azeroth,
Classic-
Michael. Just
Classic, you
Azeroth.
need a subscription, but retail, you can do up to level 20.
Okay, is that maybe the confusion?
But you have to. The thing is, you can't do it on an active account. It's only new accounts.
Right, new accounts. Okay, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Just need one more of those purpley things.
Yeah, there's going to be a hallway that's going to have tons of them.
Perfect.
Remember to blow your cooldowns on this guy.
Oh yeah.
All right.
This is going to be fun, especially if we'll see who lives.
Probably,
always a fun-
probably not me, because I'm level 65.
Whee!
Time for fun.
Here it goes.
Oh my gosh, he charmed like all of us.
Yeah, I'm killing Sorensen.
I'm hitting
Yeah,
the
me
tank.
too.
Come on.
It's a fun fight, though.
That's a quest. Nice.
You're old enough to play the OGs of the genre, though maybe too young to play the old muds. What game do we credit for giving you your own MMO addiction love? So EverQuest is what made me be like, wow,
I'm
3D
excited
MMOs,
for
right?
that
Like, this is
now.
crazy. Like, this is like really being here.
Oh,
But then I
excellent.
did, but I gotta say, I still didn't realize that MMOs were gonna be something I wanted to do, like, forever until, although EverQuest what got me into MMOs, and I wouldn't have even played this game if it wasn't for EverQuest Ultima Online. I gotta give the main credit to Dark Age of Camelot. That's when I was just like, you know, like no-lifing it, you know. When I originally played EverQuest, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I had no freaking idea. But I was entranced by there being this whole world, and it was in 3D, etc., etc., etc. I remember MUDs. I was in late high school when MUDs were the only closest thing to MMOs. I remember them, and I tried a few, but I didn't get into those as much. I didn't have any friends that were doing them. Steve, who's going to be streaming with me tonight, who streams the MMO Tourist show with me, he's the one that showed me Ultima Online, which was technically my first MMO.
Do the acolytes heal?
Yep, they sure do.
Yeah.
Ultima Online for you to click. I played for 4 hours and quit after accomplishing literally nothing. It's very
Fractured
sandboxy.
last night was
very
actually
sandbox.
quite a bit of fun with a big group.
I think it's still the best sandbox MMO, actually.
I could see how it'd be frustrating with maybe just playing by yourself or
To do what now would be frustrating?
a Fractured. To play by yourself.
Oh, yeah, I didn't like it Fractured, but I had fun with the group. I still think that it's a weak MMO and a decent survival game. No NPCs. If you don't got NPCs, I'm gonna be a little petty. I'm gonna be real petty about it.
Right. Isn't this in an alpha though? Like that's what I'm not understanding.
It's early access. They already had alpha. I was part of their alpha. That alpha, they had beta. This is
See,
they're considering their early access beyond beta, which is still better than saying it's launched, and you know what I'm saying. But
that makes no sense to me. To me, early access means the game's done and you're getting in before other people.
that's what it used to mean.
Right.
Now it means.
Does that make sense?
Now it means like, hey, we're not done yet, but we're gonna let you play.
Alpha.
Yeah,
We're alpha. We're maybe beta.
Yeah, we're somewhere in that range.
Well, I mean, it feels like an alpha, but you're saying they already had alpha.
Well, I can't really. It's hard for me to attack them calling it early access when I'm also at the same time saying that that's what they should call the launch of Embers Adrift, right? So I'm kind of pinned here. I don't know what to say. I think that calling it early access is better than calling it launch. I'll say that.
If you are not feature complete, you are not launched. You are
Right.
in some form. You're in some form of. That's from a theoretical standpoint, the way it's always traditionally been. Feature complete, but polishing is beta. Continuing to add features is alpha. Either one of those stages, alpha or beta, can be considered early access.
True, because you can pay as long as you can pay your way to play. You technically are early access, no matter the state, in my opinion.
That's nuts.
Because you are getting early access, technically. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
but to call it early access, I agree. I think the ideal scenario is we think our game is done. However, we're not ready to really say it's done until we get tons of testing. And then, we can see what kind of issues there are. Shouldn't be adding features.
It's done.
So.
You don't need testing.
I disagree.
weird.
You always need testing. Testing never ends for an MMO.
Not in that sense of you're going to add more stuff after they tell you and change things.
Now that means your
yes.
features aren't in. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've called out a few games for that in recent history, one of which was just mentioned a minute ago, because they claimed at the beginning of the year that they were going into beta and they still hadn't even added in things like alchemy and other zones and dungeons, and yet they're calling it a beta.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Beta is feature complete, zones complete. You are polishing and adding optimization to your game to get it ready for launch.
Yeah, and you're hoping people aren't finding bugs. Like, that should already be out.
I would argue that if you have a feature in your game that you need a huge mass of people to test, and that's the reason it's not in the game yet, that would be okay to be in beta too. Especially if you know that you need that. Beta's when you're going to get that many people, right? So, for example, I can't think of a game currently in development that would need this, but, like, let's say a big, huge world PvP type game, they may not have all their PvP abilities in yet because they need 100 versus 100 versus 100. You know what I mean? So they may go into beta before they add those features in to get data. You know what I mean? I can see that.
To me, that would still be alpha then, though, if you don't have a system in. Just because you need lots of people to put your system in doesn't make it not beta.
Yeah, but with tiers, with the way that we do things these days, where there's different tiers of getting into play, I could see that they would have no other choice than to call it beta so they could get all the more people in so they could test it. You see what I'm saying? I'm not even talking about specific MMO here. I'm talking about an imaginary one, by the way. I'm just saying I can think of some scenarios where, because of the way that we've structured things these days, they may want to just call it a beta. And technically, all the features aren't there.
It seems like people just want to rush everything out and call it something it's not to get more money.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah,
That's what it sounds like.
Well, yeah, that's of course what it's all about. Yeah,
If you're not funded by investors, it's all it is marketing and various phrasing.
True.
Because it's easy to say, yeah, that's what they used to call it. Now we call it this because we want to make money from it.
Well, that's where it comes down to, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll make an offering of your blood.
That's not on the up and up.
Come to my aid. Heed your master now.
In my opinion.
Someone in chat's asking an interesting question, which is, how is it that a billion-dollar company like Amazon put out a game like New World? Inexperience is what I would say. First game out on the market, and it was an MMO. Well, that's not technically true. They'd released another game prior, but first MMO on the market, inexperienced team, and they didn't use their money. I guess you could say they mismanaged a bit, but it looks like, from everything I've seen, that with the new, I don't know if they're calling it expansion or not, but whatever they are calling it, the new gargantuan area they're adding and fixing up the new player experience, it looks like they've learned since then, maybe.
Yeah, I just don't agree with people who say that New World was a failure.
No, it made a ton of money.
Well, that's why when I hear those types of questions, it's people who are making the assumption that the game failed.
Yeah, it's not dead. That's a stupid thing. People say World of Warcraft's dead. People were saying Classic was dead right before Wrath pre-patch came out. And you guys saw us playing. Stormwind was filled with people. You could barely get to the mailbox. And retail's the same way. They say retail's dead. No, it's not. Every time I log on, there's people freaking everywhere. And I'm just on some random server. I'm not on some big mega server.
Well, I'm reading the comment on your chat, and the guy Michael said New World was an awful broken state. It's such an awful broken state that it I gotta read that it killed it in year one. That's just not true. The game was not in a broken state when it launched.
But you can understand why he might think that, though.
Right. There were a lot of features that some people didn't like, but the game wasn't broken. It was. There were some bugs. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I think we're forgetting some. People were literally duping. The auction house was broken.
those are normal for any launched
It's
game.
a very
Like,
economy-based game, so I would say at times it was pretty broken. You literally couldn't hardly play the game because the major features were literally not in the game. So I would say it worked in a sense that you could technically log in and play. I think they had a fairly good launch compared to most MMOs because those problems didn't
but
arise at the
every
beginning.
Every MMO launches with bugs.
Sure, I agree. I think
I'm just finding myself
everybody just
disagreeing with-
expected higher expectations because it was
Yes.
how much money they had. You know,
I keep, and maybe it's just the friction that I have from being on the developer side of things, but I keep seeing people make the assumption that New World was a failure because of X, Y, and Z, and it's like, the game didn't fail. It made all the money it needed to make, and I don't think it necessarily hit all the benchmarks that they internally wanted, which we don't know because we aren't privy to that information.
yeah.
But from industry standard numbers, it's performing as well as any other game on the market. To claim that it was killed because of bugs, I think displays well, I just can't get behind that mentality. It's the same people who say that every game that comes out is a failure because I don't like X, Y, or Z features.
Yeah. There was
Look, it lost 90% of its player base. Every game loses 90% of its player base.
sure. Yeah, that
Even
part of
World
it.
of Warcraft.
Yeah, that part of it's normal. You can gain them back during really, really good times. Like Wrath of the Lich King was a big peak for World of Warcraft. Now, I saw a video that proved that it was not the largest peak in players, though. That's just how people feel. It's not actually true. Cataclysm actually had more concurrent users than Lich, and there may have been ones after it, I'm not sure. I would dare to say that Legion was, it seemed like everybody was back. I don't know the numbers, but, and nobody knows the numbers of WoW currently today. Everybody's guessing.
No.
So when people say there's 1.5 million, I get it, that's out there, people say it, it's not true. We have no idea. I would actually estimate it's probably somewhere closer to 3 to 4 million currently.
I would estimate, yeah, I think that's a good ballpark. Well, I think Yoshi P said it very well when talking about Final Fantasy from the dev side of things, is that regardless of how many people you have, regardless of how many you retain, people play in a cyclical nature these days. They're going to come in, they're going to go away. They're going to come in, they're going to go away. They're going to come in, they're going to go away. And you have to just deal with that reality. But to try to claim that a game has failed because people are on a cycle where they're out playing World of Warcraft or Star Wars: Age of Republic, that's just not true.
Yeah. We just have a weird way of looking at things today. But, as Click said in chat, it is true that, like, for how much money they had and what we got in New World, there was something wrong. The towns being reused, just kind of flipped around, same assets, literally, same buildings. Lack of content. I mean, those are all...
I could run you through any. I mean, if you start taking a look at any MMORPG that's ever been developed, they reuse assets like the
but did you play New World,
hours.
dude? I mean, this was really bad. Like, all the towns literally looked exactly
they looked exactly
the
the same. It was a very, very boring. I didn't like. It was kind of like, I felt like it was like Mass Effect 1. For those who ever played Mass Effect 1, the storyline was great. The art department, not so good, because they just reused the same internal layout and assets for like every single of those little story instances that you did. When they got to the second game, they did a little more with the art department, but they still had a lot of reused assets. And they particularly, my brother and I always love to laugh when we hit Lotro, because there's a fallen down tree that's used as a bridge across like waterways and etc. that we've seen probably 50 times at this point through all the various expansions.
Hey, good morning, 7-Tap.
I haven't played WoW long enough to highlight those, but I know there's like, I've seen a couple of torches that are used everywhere in the human settlements. So that's a normal, it's whether or not you see it. That's the difference.
Yeah, it didn't feel like we got our monies, or it didn't feel like that for how much they spent and how much money they have that we got a good value out of it. I don't know. There was something definitely weird. I think that just threw a lot of people off. Whoops, dang it, why did I do that? I don't understand what you mean by that, Click. I read it maybe after we'd said whatever was somebody said whatever said. Is it the same people? I don't understand. What do you mean, the same players?
Make it.
And that's true,
Summon
Click.
me in. I don't wanna be
Expectations
close
should
to
be
you.
rising, not
Come snuggle.
staying the same.
Run, I'm in the air. Oh, I didn't make it that time.
Nope, I didn't either. I was trying to heal. Final Fantasy King of the Hill, player-wise, concurrent, last 2 years, if not 3 years, real question, I honestly don't know. I think it is. Nobody, I don't think, knows for sure. But I think that's
Very
the general
nice.
consensus. But we don't really know because nobody released numbers.
No, that was a res, not a dig.
I think it was certainly true for a while during
About
this
7 or
expansion
8%?
for World of
The
Warcraft.
quests will probably get you that.
I think
it's
pretty
gonna be
much
close.
everybody accepted that it was because so many people were playing it, leaving WoW for it.
Get all your,
I don't know about today. I'm not
Purples.
sure.
purple
Seems
thingies.
true.
I did. I did.
You know, part of the problem with New World is that they switched gears so late.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They went from a PvP
Yes.
centric, and then they tried to add all these PvE elements,
Yes.
and it was obviously rushed. You know, they had to do what they could to try and get it out. They were
That's
getting so
very true.
much pressure then too.
To launch.
Yeah, because how many times they had their testing cycles, and you had half the people saying, just launch it already, I want to play it, I don't want to reset my character again. And then the other half that were like, don't launch it, it's not ready.
Yep.
I would like to see numbers to see how many, the percentage of people that play PvP of them who liked it, and then PvE folks like myself who didn't like it because it wasn't up to their expectations of what PvE should be.
At least at the time of launch, it seemed as though the consensus was the PvP people were having a lot of fun.
Yes.
And now, I don't know how long it lasted. I don't know what kind of issues they found as they dug deeper. I don't know all that. But I do know that at launch, I was paying a lot of attention to that crowd in forums, etc. And they were pretty psyched. There was a lot of videos being launched. People like finding different strategies. And it seemed like they were having a lot of fun with the PvP end of it.
Right. So they hit their market that they intended to hit.
Because they probably spent more actual investment of
Dev
time
time.
on it, because like Maduro said, and that's something people easily forget, is I don't remember how long, but it wasn't that long. It was like, hey, we're pushing it back 6 months, 8 months, I don't remember, so that we can add all these PvE things you want. And the vision technically changed. Now that's where they made their mistake. Now, mistake, I say by, that's why it felt so weird. But
Right.
it maybe wasn't a mistake because maybe they made more money. I don't
Exactly.
know. We don't have the data to compare. So
There was some PvE people that did like it, just because maybe
I
PvE
did.
in general didn't like it.
had fun.
Right.
We had fun for a long time. I mean, I don't
I had fun.
remember, but we played for 2 months.
I
Maybe
played for about 3 weeks. I didn't play for that long. I played for 3 weeks. I had fun. Ultimately, what drove me away was none of the game, like, it was the repeatable fetch quests from the board and the faction merchant and the lack of a coherent storyline.
I agree with that, Click.
And I
I think
realized
they
by
need to
level
stop
30
that.
after like 3 weeks, I was like,
reinventing the
I'm
wheel.
going to be grinding repeatable quests for the next 2 months to get to cap. I don't want to do that, and I
Exactly.
left. So,
Yeah.
other than that, I had fun for the few weeks that I played until I realized that that was their version of a grind, which is not the way I like to play. But I don't consider it a failed game just because I didn't like it. It was you know what, I got my money's worth for sure, because I think when I did my video I was up to like 60 hours in or something, and I felt like I had given it its fair shake, and I got my money's worth, so I didn't feel ripped off or anything like that.
Yeah, I feel
Where
like
do I hand
got
these
my
in?
money's worth too.
I'm back in chat, Wrath.
I mean, they didn't even charge a full price, did they? Wouldn't it? It's like $30, even
40
when it
bucks, I
launched.
think.
40 was it? 40?
Should I
like
port
40.
back? Port back to hand it in?
I mean, that's the quickest. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's where you guys
True
were
about the
headed.
expectations.
Their dungeons were pretty neat, though, huh?
Yeah, and the mechanics were fun, and visually they looked really, really good. The dungeons.
Yes.
And
And they were
remember that
fun.
first-
The mechanics
That
were awesome.
first one, we got our asses handed
Yeah,
to us.
we
that
did
first
too.
Dungeon. That boss mob would punch you around, and then it spawns all the eggs, and he pukes on the floor, and you got to run around and avoid the puke, and then the mobs can eat the puke, and then they heal him, and it's like, ah! I mean, that was a rough, first dungeon. It was like, hey, we're just gonna throw you at this, die.
Do I need to follow you guys, by the way? Is it okay if I just stay here? Are we coming back? Or are we done?
I'm not. I mean, I was here to help get the ding. She'll get the ding upon quest turn in. I gotta head
Oh.
out because I still got a lot of work to do
Okay.
today.
Yeah, I'll be checking out, too. I'll be streaming it. I'm going to go check it out.
I don't see the quests and oh, it must be in the center there.
I like the dungeon that had the trap puzzle. Like you had to get around those beams. Oh man, I'll never forget. I was playing with a bunch of people from Pantheon. I know Desrin was in the group.
Mhm.
We had one guy that kept getting nailed by those laser beams.
Yeah.
Felt so bad.
My only complaint about them is that the dungeons is that you didn't get a lot of XP for going through them. It was very little.
Yeah, true. For sure.
Ding!
There it is.
There it is.
There it is. Last ding until we're playing in Wrath. We'll
Till
be
next Thursday.
somewhere in
yes.
Northrend next time you ding.
That's awesome. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, congrats. Congrats, Sparrow.
Feels good. Feels good. Gonna go get my new abilities, all that.
Now we got to plan to Brewfest. Gotta do some of that Brewfest. Because isn't there an epic mount you can get only during this event?
Yep.
Is it really difficult?
It's a 2% drop rate on the boss.
Man,
But what you can do is you go in with a full group.
Uh-huh.
One person grabs the quest. You kill him, loot, and then the next person grabs the quest. Because the quest giver is right outside the room where he's at. So you go into Blackrock Depths instance. On the right-hand side, there's 3 level 70 Dark Iron Dwarves you kill, and they have these little consoles that are in front of them. You click that, and it summons a mole machine. It takes you down to the Grim Guzzler, which is that tavern. And then right outside the room that it spawns you in is the quest giver. So just one person takes it at a time. He respawns almost immediately after you kill him. And then the next person grabs it, you kill him, loot him. He drops an epic trinket every time, but
Okay.
it's random which one.
Okay.
But the trinkets are really good for all classes. And then he has a chance of dropping a remote control that will allow you to port down. It ports your whole group down to the Grim Guzzler from anywhere in the world. And then that's a pretty low drop chance, and then the lowest is the mounts. There's the Ram mount and the Brewfest Kodo that he drops.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about this mount. Yeah, you were telling me about it the other day. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Crinkled link the remote.
All I get for my kitty form is shred upgrade. That's it for 70. Boo, hiss.
All right, folks. I've been up since 2 o'clock, so I'm gonna go hit the hay. Have fun today. I'll be back tonight around 5. If everybody's gonna be around for WoW stuff tonight.
Cool.
Sounds good. Thanks again.
Yeah,
Yep,
see you
thanks,
guys.
man. Wait.
Bye.
What?
Wait. WoW stuff tonight?
What is tonight?
It's
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm doing WoW stuff.
Okay,
tonight at
okay,
5
I
o'clock.
see. Okay.
So I've been playing WoW on Wednesday nights for like the past couple of months.
Okay,
so
sorry.
If if any of you are around tonight that want to do stuff, I'll be around to do stuff with.
Cool.
But yeah, the static group stuff's tomorrow.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure I didn't have my days mixed up. It's been a weird week.
No,
with
and
the kids
tomorrow,
sick, so-
before I go, because I'm still half asleep, we did the socials yesterday, but to remind everyone, tomorrow is the first episode of our new podcast happening at 6 p.m.
Oh,
Central.
yeah.
So Nathan and I will, you and I will probably meet up a little bit before that to get all the displays to stuff and pick a topic, but that's going to be over on the Weave and Void Twitch channel. We're going to be talking tabletop, MMORPGs, games and stuff, having other people on the show from time to time, but it's going to be a MMORPG gaming tabletop podcast about lots of fun topics where people have different points of views, so that we can get good conversations instead of only ever having people that agree about things, because that gets boring.
Yeah, me and Renfeld disagree. Like, we agree on most of the main really big things, but like, yeah, we have some things we disagree on. I think that'll make the show really fun, because we're going to bring up things so we can debate them. Like, that's good. And I you know what, real quick before you go, Renfeld, I want to say that I think that's a major problem with our society today, is that we think that disagreeing means you can't, like, be friends, or, you know, like, guys, it's okay to have different opinions. It's okay to hang out with people with different opinions. Matter of fact, you cannot get better or learn unless sometimes your ideals are challenged. That's how you grow as a human. So I think algorithms and things have made that really hard, but
yeah, with all the confirmation you can get from filtering the thing. It's like people get uncomfortable. They're like, I don't want to watch that because it makes me uncomfortable. Well, that's your prerogative, but it also leads to a worldview where you're never being challenged by things of an opposing point of view. And I always like to come back to the fact that my wife is religious and goes to church on Sundays, and I am not. I am a atheist/agnostic, and we have a very fulfilling relationship. My brother is very religious, and I'm not, and we have a very fulfilling relationship. And if you're just willing to be friends with people, regardless of their point of view, I think you'll find that the world is a much richer place than you think it is. But you have to be willing to make that step.
yes.
And so I'm appreciative that we have a good group of people who are willing to do that, and that Nathan and I can be friends and still have great conversations around things, even though we're of different, not always, sometimes we are on the same page but slightly different point of view, and
Sure.
other things we're politically opposite on.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a fun show. Tomorrow's the inaugural episode, so.
Yep, brand new MMO show. It can be listened to like a podcast if you're on the road, or it can be watched because we are going to be fishing while we're doing
That's
that.
right, yeah.
So
We're
that's kind of the
fishing
hook.
in WoW.
It's the hook.
It is the hook. That's wink, wink. And it is called Catch of the Day, with each catch of the day being the subject matter for the day. So we look forward to seeing y'all tune in. And that's over at the Weave and Void Twitch channel, which is where we're also doing our tabletop stuff on Sunday nights. Everything related to the Weave and the Void. So check it out.
And because it's conversational, you guys coming and chatting is key to the conversation we'll have, because obviously you'll be influencing the conversation by chatting. It's on Twitch, Weave and Void, the one that we do our D&D show on Sunday nights, same channel. By supporting that channel, you're also supporting me, Renfell, Sparoh, Bounty, Chris, Joey, his brother. Did I miss anybody? Skinny. I think that's everybody. Now that's Renfell's actual Twitch, but he has, in a move I've never heard of in my life, decided that everybody involved gets an equal split of any of the income, which is just shows what kind of person he is. So all the bad stuff you hear about him on the internet is obviously not true.
I've never heard bad stuff.
I haven't either.
You have not browsed the depths of
I just mean it's not like this prevalent thing where it's like constantly bad mouthing you.
It's not.
No.
I have a handful of trolls who really dislike me,
Sure.
but it's probably
Everybody does.
less than a dozen. So
Everybody
I haven't
does.
found my trolls yet, but that's okay. They
That's
can stay.
That's
they
a
can
good
stay
milestone. That's a good milestone.
here's how you know
to be
you'll
honest.
make it when you've got people spamming your Discord with porn and hate speech.
Oh,
That's how you know you made it.
Yeah, thankfully I haven't hit that milestone yet.
See, I've had people leave though just because they don't like my opinion, and I don't think I'm too out there with how
How have you ever
Yes.
offended somebody? You're a Canadian who's for the most part, you're very laid back. Like I cannot see you having an offensive point of view that would cause someone to leave.
Yeah,
well,
when
playing
Sparoh
a game like WoW.
okay, true.
That's not fair, though. That's not.
I can see it. I can see it.
Not fair, but it happens.
I'll say this: anytime that Sparoh even believes something that I don't believe, my feelings get hurt because I don't want to have to disagree with her. It hurts my feelings to have to disagree with her. That's how.
It hurts me more than it hurts you.
But I'm like, I can't believe it. I don't agree with Sparoh.
Oh my goodness.
Well, on my way out, I would like to remind everyone: don't forget to. Star Wars Cassian Andor aired today, the first 3 episodes. If you haven't watched them yet, they're frickin' epic. I'm a big Star Wars fan, so hopefully I get some more feedback from people as you get around to watching that, because it's something new to add to your Rings of Power viewing. I like Star Wars, so I'm going to geek out when there's new Star Wars
Headed
stuff.
to go try to work on my Winterspring,
Well, congrats
by the
on
way.
your dings. I'm going to go
you.
get a nap, get my beauty sleep, because the beard don't prettify itself.
I'm going to continue my quest for our Winterspring epic mount.
Alright, catch you guys later.
All right, see you, man.
Have a good one.
Click says he thinks you're right no matter what, so.
See, Click's my favorite. He's my favorite. Well, I'm just flying back to chat. I don't know if
you
you
love
need
fishing,
any
huh?
help
So do
with
I in
kills or
MMOs.
anything. I don't have anything on the agenda for myself.
If you want to
Just
come
planning on
out,
being on.
if you want to come out, it's a beautiful tiger mount. It is quite the grind, but
Yeah, I probably won't grind it, but I don't mind helping.
yeah,
if you
I'm just-
need help.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't know.
just gonna be running around killing the like it's almost like you start in the north where you get the quest and then you run down killing stuff. You run back up, you turn in, you do it all over again.
Oh. What zone is that?
That is Winterspring. So take the boat from Stormwind is the easiest way, which takes you to Aberdeen, and then it's pretty close fly from there.
I just
You can
got back
port
here
to
from there.
Moonglade,
Yeah.
right? You can use your Moonglade
Yep.
port to get
Oh,
there.
true.
Sure.
And
Are
you
you
get
hanging
it.
out too, Matt?
I got to go get some work done, but I'll be back in probably about an hour.
Very cool.
Cool.
So you guys enjoy feeding the meat to those kitties, Nathan.
Yep.
And congrats
Is that
again,
what the quest
Sparoh.
is? Thank you, Matt. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for the help.
Yeah, thank you, man.
All right. So just porting to Moonglade. Actually, I'm going to do a quick AFK, and then I'll meet you there.
All right. So for anybody that doesn't know, I have been grinding out the Winterspring Frost Fang. I don't remember what it's called. The epic mount here, where it's a repeatable quest. You gotta do it a lot of times. I made some progress. So this has to get to Exalted, I'm pretty sure. I'm at Honored right now, about, what, 25% through Honored, maybe? Maybe a little higher, maybe 30-something. So, still got quite the bit to go here. But I have 3 quests I can get now. So that makes it go a little faster. When I turn in all 3, I get a big old chunk. So, yeah, it'd be nice to at least get, what's after Honored? Revered, I believe. Is that right? I think. Honored, Revered, Exalted, I think is the order. Pretty sure. And then I also, but this will be quick. Where is it? Darnassus. Darnassus I gotta get to Exalted. I just hit Revered last time I was working on it. But that's pretty quick, because I can go do quests in the, around the elf area here, and knock that up pretty quick. I want that epic mount. It would be my first epic mount I've ever owned in World of Warcraft ever. Because I've never played this. This is the first time I really played this game seriously. Crouching Pally riding tiger. Yes, yes. Hey, what's up, Tactical Bean? Good morning. Sparoh hit level 70 this morning, and now we're going to go work on my epic mount here. mighty Sparoh. She's a dangerous bird. Alright, we're almost there. And since we land here in the south, I think I'll just kill... See, we land here. Yeah, we can head over. These are kind of a pain. Since they're in the middle, it kind of works out because you can knock some out. Because these tend to be camped, and this is the only area. Everything else isn't too bad, because as you can see, it's everywhere. The giants down here is something I gotta kill, and then bears, and those chillwind two-headed beast things, and then the Skeksis. I gotta kill 2 different types of Skeksis here. The Ursas and Shaman. So we'll head over here. I do quite enjoy there's one. I do like this classic music sometimes. It was so unique. Go. Have a good RNG so far. Both kills had the drop I needed. Okay, now here's where we're looking for the Ursas and the blue ones. I forget what they're called. Goblin Towns of Winterspring and Gadget Sand are my favorites so far. Gadget Sand's so unique.
It's too far away.
Out in the desert. See, somebody's already here. There's always people here. Because people always be trying to get this epic mount. Many people attempt the quest. Very few finish. There's an Ursa. See if we can pull this guy as well. Without leashing this one. There we go.
Alright, porting to Moonglade. Got myself some breakfast.
Perfect.
Yeah, and some water. I had my coffee already, so time to switch. I love that I cook up like a dozen boiled eggs every week, and we all just have them for breakfast, snack, lunch, whatever.
That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Makes it real simple.
Boiled eggs is one of those things, though, that unfortunately I've been banned from.
Really? They bother your innards?
I get, yeah, it gets a little stinky. It gets a little stinky.
Oh. I don't find we get like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends how much you eat. I mean, if I ate 5 eggs or something,
I do
there might be
tend
an
to
issue.
eat, yeah, that's probably why. When I do eat them, I eat like half a dozen.
Right, I have 1, maybe 2, if I'm like making a big meal. Oh, so where am I headed? I'm on your side of the continent, I think.
All right. If you go to the flight point in Winterspring, I'm right beside it.
Winterspring. Is this Winterspring? Yes. Okay. We can do that.
Yeah, eggs are delicious in all forms. It's a magical.
It is.
I was watching somebody the other day. I wish I could remember what he called them. It was like this really southern guy, and he cracked an egg, and he said, drop a little... He called it a cackleberry, actually, is I think what he called it. I've never heard that before in my life. It's like, drop a little cackleberry in here. It's like, what?
I don't know what that is. Yeah. It's a staple around here. I wish I could raise enough chickens. I think we're allowed to have like maybe 2 or 3 here in the city. But that's not really enough to do anything with for the amount of work it would take.
Yeah.
And commitment to keep a healthy flock. Because they only lay eggs for like 2 or 3 years, I think. And they live 10 or 15.
Yeah.
So then you're stuck without eggs, you know. And I don't really want to do the whole
You don't want to eat
eating
it?
them. Not really. I mean, if I went that route, I'd commit to it, but not for 2 or 3 chickens rotating. I don't think it'd be worth it.
You know, chicken is so good that everything eats chicken. Even
That's
chicken eats chicken.
It's true.
It's kind of amazing.
Man, it was funny. We had a little cockatiel as a pet, and anything Bounty Code was eating, she'd want.
Yeah.
And he'd literally like have a drumstick or something up, and she would climb and like reach around to where he's eating and like chew on the bone.
Yeah.
And he would just die laughing because this little bird was like,
Little cannibal. Little cannibal
chicken
bird. I've not heard that one either,
was great.
Click.
Needy, but great.
What kind of bird did you say again?
Cockatiel?
Oh, I've had those before.
No. If I was gonna have a pet bird again, I would definitely go that route. She was at least very, very sweet and bonded to us. So much so that when we started our family, we didn't have enough time for her. She was getting so upset. She was like yelling all the time. It wasn't good. So we found her a home that she had 5 other cockatiels. She bonded with a pair, like to make a pair.
Yeah.
So we found her a good, where she wasn't being ignored.
All right, I just need one more shaman, and I'm done with this part of the quest.
Okay. I'm just flying. Should be there soon. Everlook?
Is that the name of it?
Oh, that's why. I gotta leave group. I was wondering why I couldn't see you. Leave party.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I switched to my regular pally.
You want me to send it?
Here, I can invite you.
Okay. Oh, my wings are clipped. I can't fly.
Yeah, I know. You'll have the mount boost though when you get close to me.
Oh, good.
20% run speed. One more shaman.
This place was pretty scary last time we were here.
Yeah, true. I've been spending a lot of time here doing these quests.
Hope you get your mount. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I can't wait. A 40-year-old bird sits in my shower curtain while I'm showering. Wow, dang. What kind of bird is that?
Jubilee used to do that with us until she started chewing on the corner of the wall. The little stinker. So she couldn't sit up there on the shower curtain anymore.
Alright, we need one more shaman. They're the blue ones. And we're probably best just to go up here and wait for one of these to respawn. And then we'll move down to the south and hit up the giants. Yeah, we should have one about to respawn actually right down there. But the one across the way may spawn first, so we'll sit here so we can see both sides. Some old bird. Yeah, my aunt has one, and I don't, but it has something like a 60-year lifespan. I don't remember. It's a big bird. I don't remember what kind it is. Haven't
I think
seen
the
it in a long
African
time.
greys can live like 90 years. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, it outlived the owner, and that's usually how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
We had my wife is terrified of birds for some reason, but she agreed somehow to my son getting 2 parakeets.
Oh, those are adorable. I had 2 little budgies.
I always liked
love them.
parakeets, yeah.
Mhm.
And they were real
They're
pretty.
sweet.
I think a green one and a blue one, and they were really sweet and ate from your hand and liked to be held and petted. And unfortunately, my dogs
Oh no, yeah.
they were good for a
That's-
while, but he flapped his wings the wrong way, and
Uh-huh.
nature kicked in, and they ate him.
Killed it.
Yep.
Yeah. I was lucky. I had a Husky Shepherd mix at the time, and he was just super obedient. He never ate them. I had a mouse. I had 2 budgies. He never. I used to let my mouse out, and he would just sit on my shoulder all the time, hang out with me.
I was really worried about the cat, to be honest, when we first got it, because our cat was so little. I was afraid they would also think that was a prey, but they didn't. They were always really gentle with the cat.
Oh, is that him?
Yep, there he is.
Yay!
All right, now let's mount up and we'll head to the south and find some giants.
Yeah, my 2 little budgies were the green ones, and they were Turkey and Samson. I did not name them. I also inherited those 2 little birds. But they lived a long time after I had them.
All right, I'll kill these bears on the way down because I need them too.
Okay.
And these.
You need all the things.
Almost.
I can skin them for get my skinning up. That's good.
Do you mind if I put on free, whatever, so I can get...
Oh, no, I don't.
I need the drops. It doesn't matter on the others.
All right, so I just have to be careful not to click until you've looted.
Yeah, just on the flying guys and the bears. It doesn't matter on the others.
Okay.
Those are just kill quests.
It's too far away.
There's a bear behind you as well. I can grab it though.
Oh, yep. Oh, I got another chill wind. Only need one more of those now.
I'll celebrate anything with pie, cake, and ice cream.
Heck yeah.
If there's cake involved, I'll be there.
I can't answer that yet.
You need this guy?
one more of those.
He doesn't leash. There we go.
I'm not a cake or ice cream person myself. I'll eat them, but actually it's not true. Usually I don't even eat them when they're available. But I do love pie. I would have to say the cherry pie is still my favorite. I do like any kind of pie. Any kind of pie.
I'm the opposite. I mean, pies are nice for me, but I much prefer cake. And it's probably that I much prefer icing. Love, like, tiramisu.
When I do eat ice cream, and I don't think this counts, but I do like sherbet.
So you really like the fruity stuff.
I like fruit, yes. I love fruit.
Yeah. Going the right way. Yes.
I would prefer over any sweets a big pile of fresh fruit. Any kind.
Really?
Yeah. I've not found a fruit I don't like. I like them all.
I wish I could say that, but it wouldn't be true.
Alright, here's the giants. Yeah, when I can eat a piece of cake, but I always I don't feel good after.
I can understand that.
Kind of like McDonald's. That's why I don't like McDonald's. McDonald's, there's something not right with that food because, like, you'll feel so good while you're eating it. You'll, like, feel this energy burst and stuff. And then, but then, like, right after you eat it, you feel so bad. Or at least I do. I feel like crap.
I wouldn't say I feel bad, but I would say lethargic, maybe.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Like, just really tired.
Yeah. I'm like kind of high energy, so when I feel my energy dip, I don't like that. It's like being sick or something.
Right.
That's why I don't take medicine either, because I always just, it makes you feel weird, and to me it makes it worse. Hate medicine, like cough medicine, all that. I can't stand it.
Oh, if I'm congested, I will take anything to get rid of it. I hate being congested. I'd rather have a sore throat, fever, any of those things than like really bad stuffy. Oh, it drives me crazy.
Click says, if it doesn't make you feel bad, it's because your body is awesome at handling trash food. Yes, my body is not. And I also feel like that a lot of people these days, maybe this isn't true, but it appears from my perspective this way. I don't know if I went too far. I haven't done this quest many times. It says there's some over here.
I think you need meats from these guys.
No, not from that kind. Wait, maybe actually it does.
Yeah.
Oh, they
when
do
I hover
drop
over
them.
it, at least.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought it was only the other bears. I'm gonna grab these two giants.
Okay.
It seems like that people are losing the ability to know what their body needs naturally. For example, cravings sometimes, not always, sometimes cravings are because your body needs a nutrient that's from it. And I'm really good at knowing, like, I'm really craving this thing, and it must be because I need something from it. You know what I mean? If I crave fresh vegetables, specifically certain ones, I believe that it's because there's something in there I need, and I'm really good at doing that. I'm really good at knowing, like, I need this now. But my wife says that never happens to her. She never craves healthy food.
No?
It's what she says. She says she never craves it. She'll eat it, but, like, she never craves it. I do. I straight up crave healthy stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And I think there's two kinds of a taste good. There's this tastes good, straight up, in my mouth, the flavor. And then there's also it tastes like it's good for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I like both.
Except for Coca-Cola.
Yeah, Coca-Cola or sodas are my weakness. That's where all my bad sugar intake comes from. I'm fairly healthy beyond sodas. Love sodas, though.
Yeah, I think because we've processed our food so much, even the base items, like something like salt,
Yeah.
is so over-processed, they take all the good stuff out of it, that even if you're craving salt and you keep craving it, you're not getting what you need from it.
Right.
You might be craving potassium, magnesium, all the other things that you can find in natural salt that they take out to iodize it.
Very true.
Yeah. So you're eating all that salt when really you're not getting what you need unless you're eating real salt. And
Yep.
I wonder how much more of that is happening than we're aware of.
Very true. Probably a lot. Happening a lot.
Mhm. I think so. We're unaware of what they're doing to our food, really. There's usually a list of crap on the back of it.
Yeah.
But what do we really know as a layperson, you know? What
Yeah, and people can be persuaded with money.
Financially.
Yep. To say that things are needed. I think the milk industry is the most interesting study on that, where technically we really shouldn't be drinking it, but it's not necessarily that bad that we do now, because our bodies have evolved to where, or adapted to where we keep making whatever it is that helps break down lactose. For the most part, not everybody. Some people are lactose intolerant. Actually, those people are normal.
Yeah, I'm lactose intolerant, but only since I started having kids.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It changed
I
your
wasn't
hormones in
before
some
that.
way? Is that what it is? That what?
I guess. I don't know why. I mean,
Interesting.
doctors will just tell you what you are. They don't tell you why you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they don't know. Just like, yeah, you're this now. But I drank lactose-free milk. My kids were lactose intolerant, I'd say, for about 2 or 3 years, each of them.
Uh-huh.
And then outgrew it. Which was weird. I don't know how you you grow out of that, but you
You do grow out of stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Your body chemicals change over time, I guess.
Oh. Nice. You got your stuff.
There's that one. I think there's still another kind of need. Let me look. No. We finished all the giants. Okay. Now it's just bears. Which there's a ton to the north, which we have to go to the north to turn in anyway. So, start running that way as soon as I figure out how.
Yeah, I've
There's the
tried the nut
bridge.
milks and soy milk, and I don't like any of them that I've tried.
Supposedly the best. I watched a big documentary where they were breaking down all of them. Let me make sure I'm not lying here. Which one was it? I don't remember now.
I've been dying to try raw milk to see if that will trigger my lactose intolerance,
That
or
would
if
be
it's just the
interesting.
processed milk. I know. I'm really curious.
I do like almond milk out of the ones that flavor-wise for like cereal, etc. But you have to get the sweetened kind. The unsweetened is so gross.
Yeah, we buy chocolate almond milk.
Yeah, I
The
love
kids
almond
love
milk.
that.
I like that extra little flavor. Some people don't, but that little bit of hint of almond flavor, I think it's perfect. But
Yeah.
you know, there's well, it's new to me. I haven't noticed it till lately. A new kind of milk made out of peas. It's not selling very well though, because it's called pea milk. So the sales are down, but
The branding needs some help.
they claim it's very healthy.
I've seen oat milk lately.
Oat milk was the best one. Thank you. That was the one that won. It was the
Okay.
highest in nutrients and
I
best
didn't care
bang
for it.
for your
I did
buck.
try it. I did try
You didn't
it.
like it?
Nope, I don't like
Ah.
anything that isn't milk. I know, it's weird.
Oh, okay.
I-
I wonder if I would then. It feels like oat milk. That sounds delicious. To me, anyway. That sounds like that should
Oats.
work. Oats. I like oats. Oats are good.
I think we just have to start eating, and this is harder, easier said than done, but start eating food without long labels attached to them.
Yeah, just
Like
look,
it just says eggs.
yeah, don't read the whole thing. Just if you see it's gotten a little crazy looking, maybe put that back. That would help. That would definitely probably help.
But, you know, to be fair, those processes caused a lot of people to be able to have a lot of food. Maybe it wasn't the healthiest food, but we don't have shortages of food. But I think we're going to find shortages of good food.
Yeah. You're right. We can go back to
how many people are going to be shopping for food at the dollar store because they can't afford, to get stuff. And that's all processed stuff for the most part.
Heck yeah, it is.
Yep.
Meant to last a long time on the shelf.
Got a bear on me, probably. Oh, maybe not.
Like, I like to wonder, when you eat a burger from McDonald's, like, how long since that meat was alive? How long's it been?
Yeah.
Was it last year? Was it last decade? Was I even alive?
That long. Oh man, if I could live out in the country, I would so have a homestead that is as self-sustaining as it is possible, but within a community.
Yeah.
Not just self-sustaining like all by myself, I do everything, but with a community, trading, bartering, all that good stuff.
That's what my dad does
all
now.
about it.
He got away from the world, found a big old huge property in Texas, and he is self-sustaining. I think I might be wrong, but last time we talked about it, he was down to the only thing he has to buy from the store is toilet paper.
Nice.
He makes his own everything. He has a farm, garden, huge garden, tons of animals.
Yeah, the last few years I've been learning all the growing from seed to table and even preserving stuff this year. So I've learned a lot the last few years, just getting ready for... Oh, I'm sorry, I looted it.
That's okay. It's no big deal.
Is there something you need? Like, what are we getting from that?
I don't think it'll drop it unless you have the quest, but it's called... Wait a minute, I forgot.
Okay, so it wouldn't have given it. I got a flank.
Can't get the stupid UI to quit doing the thing. No, it's not the flank. It's called shard tooth meat. But I'm like fairly certain it only drops if you get the quest. Because there's several other kinds of meat. The other kind of meat that isn't from the quest, might be the flank, sells for a decent little penny on the auction house.
Nice.
I've been making quite a bit of money from farming these quests. I don't need the two-headed guys anymore. Just the bears. Hop on my mount. Should be a bunch up here, though.
I keep trying to convince Bounty to move out to the country, but he's a city guy, and
yeah,
it's been 20 years, and we're still in the city. So. He's got to work, and he needs his internet and all that stuff. So that wins out. Then we gotta be prepared. Yeah. I've my whole life wanted to live out in the country.
That's where I lived the country life as a child for a long time.
The isolation and things like that would not bother me.
No, that wouldn't bother me either, as long as I got internet. I got to admit that I could not live without internet anymore.
At least some kind of internet.
I would go crazy, I think. Without any MMOs, I actually think I would lose my mind. I would lose it.
Really?
And I know that some people think I already have, but trust me, it could be worse.
It gets worse. Oh. Does Winter like the city?
So the weird thing about Winter is that she thinks she likes the country, but she wants to move in the country. She's never lived in the country. So, like, if we even go somewhere that's away, like to camp, or she is miserable. So, like, she thinks she wants to. I've never had the heart to tell her, like, you won't like it. Like, it's so obvious. But she likes the ideal of it. And she
Sure.
always says, like, hey, if your YouTube thing makes it, let's find somewhere that has internet way back in the woods somewhere, you know, and no neighbors. The thing with the killing the dog, that has wrecked her.
Yeah.
Where the neighbor got our dog accused of being some kind of murderous, vicious dog and put down, and he did not do anything, man. It's so messed up. He wagged his tail at a cop, dude. That's crazy. So that's ruined her. Like, she doesn't want no neighbors. She wants, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. The last 3 years has ruined me. I just, like, okay, I don't need anybody, apparently. So
Yeah.
I'll just do it myself.
Maybe just finished. Did I finish? I did finish. All right, turn in time.
Nice. Yeah, I still have not seen my family in, well, it's going on 3 years now, isn't
Wow.
it?
Do you talk to them every once in a while, though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's less and less as time goes by because it just does. That's how it works.
Yeah.
So,
That's how it goes, yeah.
yeah. My online community is more my friends and family than my friends and family. Which is sad. Like, that's not how I want it to be, but that's the fact of it.
Yeah, Kenchi, I couldn't I'm telling you, like, if something happened and the internet was just gone, I would play JRPGs and, like, you know, CRPGs and stuff like that, but I think I would lose my mind. Because I would want to play an MMO so bad. It's just a part of my existence. You know, like,
Yeah.
I just can't even imagine. Or, like, here's something more realistic. And I do think about stuff like this. And once again, I'm not trying to say anything bad, because no matter what you say, there are people in that scenario. You know what I mean? So all I'm saying is I'm very grateful. Let me put it this way: I'm very grateful that I have vision, because that would be probably that would be really hard life to not have vision. That's probably the worst thing I can think of, is not having vision, because that takes away every medium that I enjoy: reading, playing games, I mean, everything that I like to do is basically art, making things, being creative. You know, like, geez, that would be the worst.
For me, I almost think for me, sound would be worse. They're both awful. Like, I'm not like, I no problem. But for me, I think sound. Hearing people's voices, hearing nature music is all very important to me.
Yeah, that would be rough too. I would rather the sound go than the vision, though, for me.
Yeah.
That would be bad, though. That would be rough.
Yeah, both would be. Oof.
But you know, I have an aunt who was born deaf, and I don't remember the specifics. All I know is at some point when we were younger, they found a way to give her hearing. They could put something in her ear. I don't remember, something
Like a cochlear implant or something.
Yeah, so they did like a, not quite the implant, I don't think. I might be getting this story a little mixed up, because I was young. But they did something where she got to see what hearing was. She got to, no, you know what I mean. You can't see hearing, but she got to experience it.
Yeah.
And she hated it. She's like, take it out. I don't like that at all. Because, like, it was weird to her.
Overwhelming.
Yeah, it was overwhelming.
Probably overwhelming.
She just decided to stay deaf because that's what she was used to. I found that really interesting, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it like scared her. She was like, you know, what is this? You know, like, no thank you.
Yeah.
I just realized I like silence. you know, I kind of can feel that a little bit.
Oh, I'm jealous of all you farm folks. That is the life I definitely wanted, but God had other plans for me.
Yeah, I grew up.
Been a good life.
I grew up much like what Click is describing there. Run around the woods, exploring and thinking I'm some great, you know, adventurer and pretending and.
I mean, I did that in the city as well, but it wasn't. I imagined I was in the country.
My parents will tell you that I never went outside ever, and that I hated being outside. Look, that was only true if there weren't woods, etc. When I went to my grandma's house where she had this big wooded area and stuff, oh, I loved going outside then. But my parents will tell stories, which are true, about me just sitting outside under the one tree and just playing with the grass. Because I did do that when I was at home. And also there's a Nintendo at home. There wasn't a Nintendo at my grandma's house. So when I had to go outside, I literally just sat there in the most pathetic way until they would let me come back in and play Nintendo.
Man, our boys are the same way. The girls will go days and days without playing. And they have the same amount of access. But they will go days, they'll do art, they will write stories, they will do all sorts of creative stuff that just blows my mind. The boys are like, you're killing them if they miss a day. It's crazy. It's like the worst punishment you could ever give the boys. The girls are like, okay, whatever. I'll do something else.
I got plenty of other projects I had in mind today. I was always big on projects, though. I always had a little something going on for, like, friends or something. I was always setting up adventures or some big campaign we was going to go on out and, it was all make-believe, but I remember setting up fake enemies out in the woods, and then we would go out and pretend like we had to sneak around them and stuff like that. We always had sticks pretending they were swords.
Yep. We had block wars that were really fun.
Block wars?
Yeah, where there'd be, like, we'd make teams at the beginning of summer, and then we'd basically spend all summer long trying to capture people, and we'd spend all day doing it. And then you'd have to, like, free your person.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, I like that. Okay.
Yeah, it was fun.
I like that.
I was always the kind of person that liked to be learning something, so it's probably like your projects.
Yeah.
Where I was, and a lot of it had to do with survival stuff. I was always into that, herbalism, and like even from age 10 on, I loved that stuff. I thought I was going to grow up and go live out in the wilds by myself. Did do a lot of camping and backpacking and portaging, but never ended up living on my own in the wild. Are you going on top of that ledge?
Yeah, I forgot to get the stupid quest I turned in, and then... No, I did get them. I must have moved them on my questy or something. That's weird.
It's been really good getting my skinning up, though.
Check and make sure something's wrong here. It's not showing up in my quest log. Oh, maybe they're gray. No? That's odd. What's going on here? It usually shows blue quests.
Like a repeatable?
Yeah. Oh, never mind. I didn't get them. It just confused me because they were grayed out when I talked to them. There we go. Okay. Now we're good. I'm really bad when I'm streaming about forgetting to pick up the new class.
Oh, yeah?
I just run back out. Live in Florida where the farms are. We have horses and cows nearby.
Oh. Last sigh.
Beehives. My cousin
really
does
good.
those, yeah.
I was thinking about starting like a little orchard somewhere and getting beehives.
That's what I should probably do since they don't sting me. Actually makes a lot of sense. With my superpower, I could have all the honey I want.
There you go. That stuff's liquid gold.
Yeah, it's delicious too. And they produce way more than you can consume, it seems like, at least from my cousin who does it. They always have they're always begging us to take it. And we're like, yeah, absolutely, load us up. Let's go.
They can't sell it?
I think they just don't try to. They just bottle it.
Wow.
They eat as much as they can, and then when any family comes over or anything, they just load everybody up. Bees and wasps and don't sting me, but spiders do, man. I got hunted down. Was that last week, I think?
It feels like it, yeah.
I still can see its fangs in my hand.
Oh, wow.
That thing hunted me down. Like, waited
That's crazy.
all night for me to come back down, and I was making something to eat. And he got
What'd you do
in
to
my,
that
on
poor
my
spider?
head. I have no idea. It must have been something.
Killed his spouse.
Dude, I've never seen such a violent bite in my life. When I looked down, he was just like straining, like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you." It's crazy. I was bleeding. Like,
That's
kind of. I was for a spider bite. I was bleeding pretty massively. I couldn't believe it. I was in disbelief, like I was going crazy, like that wasn't even possible. Bourbon honey.
I mean, that just sounds good. I have to get myself a bunch of vodka because I gotta get my tinctures going. It is that time of year. Echinacea. I still have elderberries from last year, though.
Start heading south towards those guys, and we'll just kill the bears and stuff we see on the way. Here's a good spot. Get my mana back.
Yeah, onion honey's good as well. Good stuff. There's one here you didn't loot.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Yep, Jason's still trying for that snowcap mount. I'm probably nearing halfway. The halfway point, probably. Yeah, maybe.
Next level LARPing, yes. Something super creative would definitely happen if you did not have internet.
Oh, I probably would be LARPing. I didn't even think of that. That's what I would do.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely what I would do. I would make my whole family do it, and they wouldn't want to, and they'd be embarrassed, and I'd be making them.
For the sanity of your father, you must do this.
Like last summer when we did the Choose Your Own Adventure all summer, and I thought we had a great summer. You know, like I look back on that, like we were all together, like going out in the woods and doing puppet stuff and filming, and what a great summer that was. But to my family, they're like, "Oh, that was the worst summer ever. That sucked."
Oh no! What?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
That was awful.
Oh,
It's just funny how, like, to me, it was the best summer ever. I was having so much fun. I thought they were too, because they wouldn't tell me at the time. But like now, we talk about it, and they're like, the summer of the puppets. That was awful.
Summer of the puppet. They will look back on that, and it will be endearing. There's no way.
Yeah,
Spending that much time with your family doing something that creative would not be, at least in the future, something they look back on.
Yeah, we'll see.
Like, you know, my dad was pretty awesome.
Or really weird is what they might say.
Yeah, but weird in a good way. Not weird in a, weird, creepy way.
Oh, at least not that, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's being weird is a lot of fun.
I don't know, Cannibal Dad might be a little creepy, though.
But that was her idea.
Yeah, true. I have a feeling I'll get blamed for it, though. when all's said and done. I'm pretty sure when she starts hitting these teenager years, pretty sure that's gonna suddenly be.
You turned me into a monster. That was pretty cool last night. Muujin hooked up, like, how many were there? 10 of us with horses? It was a lot of us.
Oh, yeah,
last
about
night.
10 of us, yeah, at least.
Yeah.
I'm confused by this, Vaughn. You're going to have to explain that a little further. So Vaughn says, as a kid, me and my brother would go pet cat fishing. Not catfish. Pet cat fishing. With fishing rods, without hooks. We caught our cats hiding in bushes like... What?
Oh, I get it.
You get them
It's
to play
like-
with the string?
Yeah.
And then catch them?
That's what I would think.
Catfishing.
Because they will chase anything on dragging on the ground like that. Catfishing. That's creative.
Yeah, not heard of that one.
I hope that's what he means. If it's something horrific, I don't want to know.
Well, he said no hooks, so I'm assuming
Right.
they actually just wanted to catch
You
a
still
cat
need this
to
guy
pet it.
here. You need one more of these guys. At least on my questy, anyway.
Yep. Yep, I got all the bears now. Let's go up here and grab this guy up on the hill.
Oh, my bag's full. Dang.
All the tanning,
a
or all
lot
the
of-
skinning.
Apparently. I'll throw this.
Yeah, they were catching them to pet them, I get the feeling, because they were
Yeah.
looking for the furriest ones.
Aw.
My favorite, I was always hunting for frogs and turtles. Those were my favorite animals when I was a kid. Always
Caught
wanted a frog
those.
or a turtle.
Garter snakes. They're harmless.
Yeah.
But I loved catching
I
'em.
never messed with those. I was
always bringing home stray dogs and stray cats.
when I was really little, I used to eat spiders.
Oh my gosh, Nathan. Now
I
I know
did,
why
though.
the spider is after you.
Maybe that is why. Maybe they remember me. Maybe the legend of my eating of them has passed on. But so my parents showed me that movie Arachnophobia to try to make me be scared of them so I quit eating them. And it worked.
Yuck. I mean, if it's survival food, it's not going to kill you.
I think they were afraid I'd get a poisonous one and eat it. And plus it was just
Yeah, if you lived-
creepy and gross. You know, they'd just walk in, they'd be like, ugh. So hard to talk about now. There'd be like spider legs hanging out of my mouth. Oh, so gross. I can't believe I did it.
Oh, if our kids did that, I would just freak out. Like, oh. Ugh.
And I also remember being really little and I got really confused by the mud pie thing. And I thought that was a legit, like, pie.
Food source.
Yeah, and I remember eating mud pies, too.
Oh, I think a lot of kids did that.
Yeah, that's true. All spiders are poisonous, technically. Yeah, you're right. So it wasn't good. It was not good.
Or venomous.
Yeah, they have venom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably not good to consume. Oh, geez. How are they not biting my tongue and stuff? Ugh.
Oh.
I must have been good at it. But that's... Maybe my secret was they can't bite me if I bite them first, you know?
It's just so wrong. Oh.
Oh, man.
The things we've learned about Nathan during our morning streams. Sounds like those, what are they called? Brown recluse spiders. They're like that. Just burns your skin off.
Daddy longlegs
Muscle.
taste like peppermint. Maybe that's what got me addicted to them back in the day. Maybe that was my first try. I was like, oh, that tastes good.
What?
I didn't know that. That's a good fun fact.
That's right, Crinkled. They
Yeah,
are venomous.
not poisonous. Yes, yes. Good call out. And I remember doctors were so different back in the day, too. Because I remember, specifically, a doctor with his degree said something to the effect of, if he's eating dirt and insects, etc., he must be lacking a nutrient. And as long as, I don't remember the exact wording, but as long as something, I don't see the harm. A doctor said that back then, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they were more realistic back then, you know?
Yeah. I won't say what I think of doctors. I'm sure they're delightful people.
If I have fans that are doctors, first of all, I'm shocked. Second of all, no offense, but you guys are getting a little crazy these days.
Yeah.
Getting a little crazy. It's getting a little wild. I can't just go to a general doctor anymore. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like I could be a doctor. I really do. Like a general doctor, I could just be like, oh, your ribs hurt? Let me send you to the rib specialist. Oh, sounds like a kidney problem. Send you to the kidney specialist.
Yeah.
I see that your heart is beating and you are talking to me coherently. Therefore, you seem fine.
Yeah, I agree with Click. I think they're kind of told what they're supposed to say.
I think they're also just afraid of being sued. They get sued so much, you know, that I think that's ruined doctors. Because I do have an uncle who's a
lot of
doctor,
things.
and that's what he's told me. He always told us, do not be a doctor. This is not... United States is not a fun place to be a doctor. Don't do it. You'll
I
be
believe
fighting
it.
lawsuits 24/7.
I don't think I could be a doctor. I'm not that controlling.
I just couldn't do all the schooling needed. That's too long of a commitment for something I don't actually care about. You know?
Yeah. I don't think you need these, do you? At least on my questie it's saying 5 of 5.
I probably already got them, yeah. Let's head up in the hills then. There's a bunch of the Ursas up there. Should be all I need. I only need one more of those. There's usually some up here.
I feel like our bounty code and our kids, have that same intellect where they can be whatever it is they feel they want to be. They have the ability to be.
Yeah, but they have to want to.
They have to want it.
Yeah.
But they have the smarts that I know once they figure it out, it'll be fine. And I think that's just such a blessing to them.
Yeah, it is. Especially, it's really good for them. I don't know, they may already be at this point, but once you realize that, you know what I mean? Because people tell you that, but you have to know that that's true. Okay, we're done with these two before I just start grinding for the next hour.
You know what the curse side of that is laziness. Because you get so used to being able to just learn they don't have the discipline of learning.
That's a good point. That's my problem.
Yeah. And we tell them that all the time. Like, you have to learn how to sit and do your studies and do your homework. Not because it's hard for you, but because that discipline of doing, because you're going to hit a wall someday. You don't know everything. And
even no matter what you do end up doing, there'll be times where you just got to grind. You know, like any profession or, I mean, literally anything you do that's going to make money, there's a grind. There's a grind to it too. You know what I mean? And I feel like that was the most valuable thing I probably got from school was from just regular old, what do they call that? Just high school education. Lower end education,
like secondary.
Yeah, the most I got out of that was actually just learning that sometimes you just have to grind. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
No matter what you want to do, there's parts of it that you maybe won't enjoy as much, but that's how you get to the parts that you do enjoy. I think you learned that. I think that is probably the most valuable thing in public schools in the USA, at least.
Yeah.
Or any school, really. Not just public school, but, you know, just schooling in general. I just said that because I went to public school. But, like, you learn that from any schooling. Homeschool doesn't matter. You have to grind. You have to learn, do busy work sometimes to...
I think that's true for our generation, but I'm wondering now, with the last, I don't know, 10, 15 years, millennials are struggling so badly with being very educated and not being able to get a career or a job. So they might have a different take on that whole grinding. Was it really worth it to them to get this piece of paper that doesn't really give them anything but debt?
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the college system. I do feel like we were fooled. It was not the grand road to success that we were told it was.
Right. That they basically charged them all this money for a piece of paper that wouldn't get them a job. Like, there should be some kind of... I mean, obviously, I believe in self. Like, you should know what you're getting and what it's worth. And, you know, for sure, I'm not trying to take off the, you know, self-knowledge. But I do think the universities are accountable for some of that, for telling these kids that certain degrees would give them something when they were obviously not worth anything.
Yeah, the debt too. I mean, you know,
that is crazy.
So much money that, like, it's going to take you the rest of your life. You're going to be in debt to it just to have that career to pay off the debt.
Right. And then now the colleges and universities are getting paid their money for this worthless service from taxpayers, and they're not learning their lesson. You know, and I mean the universities, not the students. It just, something does not sit right with me on that. Now, I went to college. It was not insane expensive. I worked 2 jobs in the summer, and I got loans for the off seasons, you know, and paid it all back. So I understand that, but it doesn't cost what it used to cost.
Right, it's changed a lot.
Yeah.
That used to be how it could be done. That's just not even feasible anymore.
Yeah, and I came from poor, you know, humble beginnings. My family did not pay for anything, or, you know, but I don't think that's the state of things now. And I feel bad. I don't know what to tell our kids about their choices for that, because I honestly don't know where the value is. And we'll have to figure that out. I mean, we have a son in 10th grade now. He's, you know, it's coming. So, I don't know.
That's why I hate standardized tests. Kids are not equal. I expect equal outcome to accuracy in math.
I do not like them.
Yeah, how do you get around that, though? Is there a solution to that?
Probably more personal interviews. Like,
but how do you do that in a public forum?
Well, for one, if the classes are suited to the career, you're going to get people that are passionate about that career.
Sure.
And have they shown, you know, outside of school time, passion for that learning, for that craft, for whatever it is. And I don't think university classes are for everybody. They're not for me. I went to college because university wasn't where I wanted to be or needed to be.
And I do feel like, too, with college, that, like, why do you have to take the basic level stuff? Or no, it's not really basic level, but why do you have to take the things that have nothing to do with your career
Yeah.
That's just to make you have to pay more money. That's what that is.
Yeah.
It is silly. I know that, like, I feel like high schools in public, I have a very small, by the way, before I even say this, I have a very small scope, okay? I can only judge what I'm about to say based on my experience and my first kid going into high school's experience, and, like, nephews, etc. So I, once again, have a very small scope here. But from what I've seen, it looks like high schools have started to upgrade in that department to where, like, they try to put the kids in things they think will be better for them. For example, here in Wisconsin at least, and I know in Tennessee where I have two nephews who's going to high school, they find out what they want to do, and they put them in class that will help them get to that goal. Now, that may be not college. It may be a trade school route. It may be, okay, we'll put you in a bunch of shop classes because you want to get into automotives. It may be, carpentry because you want to go into that or whatever. But it feels like the high schools are getting better at that and trying to gear the kids.
I would at least hope, and I don't know, because I homeschool, I don't know what that is, but I would hope that that's based on interest and not on test scores.
Right, it is.
Like,
they talk to him, they interview him. Like my son, he had to go do an interview. Now my son has no idea what he wants to do when he grows up. He's awesome at math, though, like a freaking genius. And he always has been. When he was 3 years old, he asked me what multiplication was, and I was getting ready for work and was tying my boots up and taught him multiplication, and he knew, and he nailed it. I came back home, he'd done like all these equations and stuff. I was like, what? Dude, explain that. Tying my boots. So we figure it's going to be something to do with that because he really likes it. He's really good. I mean, it's unbelievable.
yeah.
So, but once again, he doesn't know what he wants to do. So they just set him on a career path for more math, and he's, in the meantime, he's a freshman, so he's got a little time. But he did things that he knows are valuable in life. Like, this is really cool. I never expected this, but they have a home maintenance class, which teaches you how to upkeep a home, like how to fix things, just all the things you need to know.
That's good.
Yeah, so he's doing that, and he also self-taught himself piano. So he's going to take a course of piano, and if he continues that, maybe we'll set him up with a.
I've heard that music and math are very much related in your brain.
Yeah, for him it is. For him it super is. He watched a couple of videos on YouTube, I think. I don't know. He said he wanted a nice keyboard, and we got him one a couple of years ago. And next thing I know, dude, he's in there freaking playing anything he wants. Smart kid.
That's awesome.
Really smart kid. So he's the really smart kid. My daughter is just like me. She's super creative. And she is smart, but she doesn't care. And that's the way I was. She has no pursuit of knowledge. And I didn't get that till I was older. I finally did. I actually do love to learn now. But I just didn't care when I was young, It was more about the creative interests and doing things that were cool and fun and imaginative. And that's her. That's her all day, every day.
Yeah, and creativity is for sure an intelligence. Like, there's a lot of deep thought and processing that goes on behind creativity.
They didn't believe that when I was a kid.
No.
I remember being getting in trouble for stuff that as an adult now, I'm like, I can't believe that I got in trouble for that stuff. Like, I would get in trouble for, it would be play outside time, and I would just get a book and go find somewhere and read. And I remember getting in trouble for that. Like, what? Not by my parents, but like by the school system being like, what are you doing? You have to go do this thing that you have to go hop around in potato sacks. Like, dude, are you serious, man? I'm reading a book, like, for adults right now, And it's cool. I thought we learned here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I get told all the time because I homeschool, what about socializing? And then when I was growing up, they kept saying, you're not here to socialize.
That's true. Oh, that's so true.
Can you guys make up your mind?
Oh, I love it. That is so true. You're not here to socialize, but that's the number one advertisement for your entire establishment. Oh, that's the best. I've never thought of that. That is so true.
Yeah. What's funny to me is I think most of the people that ask me what about socialization have been out of school for probably 30 years. It's like, I don't know. How do you socialize outside of school?
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. And I know people mean well when they say it, but it's funny because when you think about it, it's like, oh, yeah.
I think we're all just
There
used
are.
to saying certain things in certain situations
Yeah.
too. You know what I mean? Like somebody says something, there's a common response that you say back. You know?
No, I put them in a box and they're not allowed to talk to anyone ever.
Let me not do this again. Let me go get the quest.
Oh. So you just repeat this quest over and over to
Yep.
get faction or wait for a drop?
168 times. And it's for faction, yes. There's a faction specifically only for this mount.
Right.
Which is kind of crazy. It's with these guys. I think there's only 2 or 3 of them in the whole world that are the Winter Saber trainers or whatever. And this is the only one that gives a quest. He gives 3, but if you start out with only 1, and then as you gain faction, you unlock the other 2. Now I have all 3.
Yeah.
But most people only farm the one that you can get right here, which is the bears and the 2-headed things, because they're closer. You can just run right back and turn in and repeat. I'm doing all 3 just for variety's sake. And I've also convinced my brain that the one down to the south, the giant one, gives more faction. It's probably not true, but that's what I'm telling myself.
Well, it should show you the numbers, right? Usually you see it go up.
Yeah, I don't look. I don't want to know.
You don't want no confirmation bias or
Oh,
whatever.
actually, I did look this time because you said something, and actually one of them is worth more. I was right. Okay, cool.
All right.
I don't know which one, but I'm going to pretend like it was the giant one. It was.
Fact.
I looked too, and it was.
I'm not going to look, but I looked 3 times.
I've avoided looking till just now. This is an interesting story. Okay. My dad is a mad scientist. He hooked my TV up to a stationary bike when I was 12. So to play Nintendo, I had to ride that bike to turn the power on. That's genius.
Awesome.
That is genius. Oh, man, I'm glad my parents didn't know how to do stuff like that. I am so grateful they did not figure that out.
I was pretty active when I wasn't playing, so I didn't get any slack or flack, I should say.
I didn't get much. There was a little period of time where I think someone at the church convinced them that video games were bad, and I was only allowed 1 hour per week. And I played RPGs.
Yeah.
And so I kind of protested it. I just, like, when my time came, I would just be like, it's okay. I'm not going to play. And they're like, don't you want to? And I'm like, well, yeah, I do want to, but, like, I can't do anything in 1 hour, so I'd rather just not play.
It can just be frustrating.
Yeah. So that didn't last long. I don't know, a couple months maybe, and then they realized it was silly and there was nothing wrong with playing games as long as et cetera, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But video games were, like home video. I know Atari was prior to that, but like it wasn't the same as Nintendo. When the Nintendo came out, like that's when video games really started being everybody had a Nintendo, That's not true, but it felt true, like everybody knew what it was. Everybody knew about Mario Brothers. Everybody knew about Contra, et cetera, so like it was a new age.
Mm-hmm.
Parents didn't know how to treat it.
Right. And, they will tell you now that there's some truth. Now, I don't know an hour a week, but we do play too much.
Yeah, sure.
For what's good for us. So there is somewhere in there some kind of balance that us gamers haven't really captured, but
I think I've found a balance. I have to make videos, so at some point I have to quit playing and make a video, right? That's my balance. Sometimes you have to talk about the video games, not play the video games. That's my balance currently.
To get other people addicted, so you don't look so bad.
That's right. That's right. That's my job. Well, I feel like everybody I'm talking to is already addicted. I'm just helping them find the best place to put their addiction.
Yes.
I just searched my brain for inconsistencies and I didn't find any. So that's the story I'm sticking with. Wait, what's Grogu talking about here? Had to hide it from my dad sometimes, especially if it's something like wizardry. Oh, your dad was into it. My dad liked the technology. He would watch me play, and beyond Mario Brothers 1, though, I don't think I ever got him to play another game. But he would come watch me play. He was super supportive. And he would make cool deals, like, you know, got you this new game, or we rented you this new game, whatever the case may be. If you beat it tonight, I'll let you buy and or rent another one tomorrow. So there was always that fun factor of a new game.
I think you have all those you need, unless my questie's wrong.
Oh, it's probably not. I'm such a grindy person. I'll just sit here and grind the rest of the day on the same thing I already got. I do need bears.
Okay.
And then we'll head south. Or we'll just start heading south as we kill bears. Let's see what that reputation looks like after that last turn. Ooh, almost halfway through Honored. It's not bad.
Nice. I remember Contra.
Contra was awesome.
It was like a sideways scroller type, right?
Yeah, where you could play two player at the same time and shoot in all the directions. And I thought the coolest part about Contra was when you were in water that was like halfway up, but you could duck and go under the water. For some reason, I just thought that was the coolest freaking thing. Like, the enemies can't see me now.
Kid other than Mario, obviously, but I played Kid Icarus, or Icarus, however you say it.
Yep.
I played that a lot.
I didn't have that one when I was a kid. I played it at somebody else's house, maybe. Never had that one, though.
Yeah, and you'd get, like, these different codes for different levels, and it was kind of cool.
Yeah, I still remember that feeling of being, for the first time, addicted to a video game with Mario Brothers 1. Still remember how that felt, like, just to be... didn't want to do nothing else. Like, I just wanted to play Mario Brothers all the time.
I don't think I ever had that full-blown addiction until EverQuest.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
I've been addicted to a lot of games over the years. The first Final Fantasy was the first big RPG type, man. I was so addicted, man. I thought about it 24/7. I wrote, like, I would be drawing pictures of it. If I couldn't play it, I would even do, because I'd be at my grandma's house, no Nintendo, so I would reenact the scenes from it and make everybody, like, have to play through the fake dungeon or whatever. Dude, I was so addicted to that game. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe that there was, like, a world you could explore in a video game.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even have a computer until I got married. And then Bounty got me into EverQuest.
Like, right off the bat?
Pretty much, yeah. We were married in November. I saw his brothers playing, what was that, Christmas break? And then we were playing by January 2002. Into 2003, I guess. Get rid of some of this stuff. But then we'd play like 16-hour days.
Oh, yeah.
Before kids, obviously.
I used...
Once kids came, that was over.
Actually, I'm trying to think. I got my wife into MMOs with, gosh, I don't remember which one we played first. I'm pretty sure the first one was Final Fantasy 11. I got her to play that and be a white mage to heal me. And she got into it. And then we went through a bunch, though. We played Dark Age together. We played World of Warcraft back then together. And then Final Fantasy 14. That's when she was like, she went off on her own. She didn't need me no more. You know what I mean? Like
she found raiding.
She found a raid team, and she really got into that one.
I need to get closer.
Yeah.
All right, that's all the bears. Let's see. Let's go around this village. We can hit up those Skeksis.
Giants.
Or they're not Skeksis. The bear people. The
Like owl bears.
owl bear people. Yeah. Where is it? It's on the other side. Yeah, back when a TV was 5 foot high and 300 pounds. Yeah.
Yeah, we had the big wooden floor model.
Yep. The big speakers on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember having to go behind that all the time to put the Atari, the 2 screws with the Atari.
You had to pin them on there. I haven't done it so long.
Yeah.
I don't really remember. I remember you had to attach it somehow.
Yeah.
It didn't screw on. It was this other weird thing you had to do.
You slid them under the screw and
That's
then screwed
it. Screwed the screw on top of it. That's it. Yep, for the connection. Yep.
Yeah.
It's too far away.
And I remember being, during the Nintendo time was when I got the reputation of my family for having to hook up all the electronics, simply because I knew how to hook up the Nintendo. They're like, come help me hook up the VCR. Bring Nathan with you. I need help with my TV.
I can probably go for a half hour, 20 minutes, whatever, till 1. I should go have some lunch soon.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
Oh. You need the shamans.
No, I still need the Ursus too. I'm gonna grab him.
Okay.
All right. 2 more of each.
I'm out of range.
Yeah, that'll probably be just perfect. For one more turn in. This one we're on, and then that'd be a good time to wrap it up for the day. Go
He's
make
got
a
the
video.
last guy in there.
Yep. Let's head for those hills real quick before he does.
Sure. Just bounce down that hill. Doing, doing.
Yeah.
Pinball.
Somebody's
don't
already
need
been
those?
up here. Nope.
Oh.
Alright, what about down here? Nope. boomers were so resistant to tech. It didn't seem that way in my house. They seemed pretty interested in it. My parents were both like pretty amazed with technology.
I mean, my dad he had the Commodore 64. I'd use it when I'd visit him.
Classic.
My mom wasn't against it, but she wasn't into it either. But there was no resistance.
Yeah, I didn't see any resistance. Ooh, Brewfest antics outside Ironforge at the top of each hour. Where you get drunk or something? I may have to go check that out today. Well, I guess probably the smartest thing to do is just camp right here. Where they're gonna spawn. Since there's so many people here. Just need one more Ursa and 2 more Shaman. Oh, that guy invited. I don't know how he did that.
You just click on a name and right-click and invite.
It'll invite both people? He invited us somehow. I didn't think he could do that.
No. That's weird. Alright, there's guys down here, but they're watchers.
Yeah.
And you need Ursa and Shaman?
Yep. Ah, I seen him in his Boomkin form or whatever it's called and thought it was a Shaman for a second. Oh, he requested to join our group. Okay. I don't think I realized you could do that.
Yeah, me either.
What's up, Xenix?
Howdy.
Atari controller in my hand at H2 playing Pac-Man. We had Ataris around, didn't really interest me when I was really young. I think I must have been about 4. I'm gonna go to my mom's house soon, and I'm gonna get those old cassette tapes because she has recordings of us. My first little addiction to video games. She has all that.
Cute.
And there's some hilarious videos of me being like a ridiculous nerd. Like, like just so nerdy it is embarrassing. Like, obviously nobody even has any idea what I'm talking about, but I won't shut up.
Apparently, my whole life I was a nerd and just didn't know it. Because I was into all the things. Like, I did track and field, and I don't know, did the video game things, and I did D&D, and I don't know. And then I met my friends, and they're like, oh yeah, you're totally a nerd. What are you talking about? I'm like, I have no idea I was a nerd. I just do what I like.
Okay, now I understand what you're trying to say, Click. It's the comprehension of technology.
Shaman?
That boomers seem to... You found one?
Yep.
I can see that. My parents still, though, they adapted pretty well to everything.
Will you guys get what you need from it, or if I kill it?
I think so. Wait,
Okay.
where are you? I thought you were down there. God, I'm gonna mount up, see if I can't figure out. He found.
Was it just
Ursa
kills
here.
or drops?
Got the last Ursa. Just a kill. I see you.
Here's an Ursa as well.
Oh, you're down in here. Okay. Yeah, looks like I got the Shaman, so I only need one more Shaman.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. It just gave me credit for it. You must have killed one just a second ago. Alright, I'm done. Let's go to the Giants. We'll tell him
Did
thanks.
we tell him? Yeah.
Okay. I think some of that, what feels like the comprehension level is more just like they didn't keep up with technology, so it was easier for people who were really used to PCs to accustom ourselves to a touch screen because, you know, our fingers were the mouse. You know what I mean? I think it was more of just if you didn't keep up with things, then it just seems.
I'm gonna quick sell this stuff.
Okay. Just a higher learning curve, I think, for some people. But it does still amaze me how some people will, like, they've been having an iPhone since, you know, for 10 years, and they still don't know anything about it. Like, what have you been doing on it? Like, you use it 24/7. That is confusing to me, you know?
Yeah.
Where you'll meet people who, and you'll be like, oh, is this your first iPhone? And they'll be like, no, I've always had an iPhone. It's like, well, dude, you don't have to turn your sound up? How have you survived with an iPhone this long? You don't know about these buttons on the side. You know what I mean? Like, it's just weird. That part of it is weird. Seems like you would have accidentally figured it out, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that old dexterity, you know, like reaction times and stuff like that, and being able to hand-eye coordination, and I don't know how else to say it. Just you get used to. I mean, it really is just dexterity. I mean, you just get better at it. For people that play like first-person shooters a lot and stuff, their reaction times are better as well in real life.
Yeah, I've never been good at those.
I was
Never.
once upon a time, but I'm not now.
Need some room anyway.
All right.
And I totally forgot to put that armor I was hanging on to on at 70. So I got new armor.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Looks cool.
All right, giants, and then we'll call it there.
One more week. It comes out on the Monday, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It feels like they'd release it on Tuesday, but I'm pretty sure it does release on a Monday. 26th.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Remy D. I know people who use smartphones and they go to YouTube by opening the phone browser and type in the URL for YouTube. I know what you mean. And what's crazy about that is I might be wrong because I haven't done that in so long, but I think when you do that, YouTube is very adamant about please click here and download the YouTube app. I think it pretty much reminds you every time. I would assume it would anyway, based on how other programs have. Because one thing that I won't get, because I don't frequent the site and I'm not a fan, but I do have to go there sometimes as a content creator, is Reddit. And it's always like, get the app. And I'm like, leave me alone. I'm not getting the stupid app. I don't want that on my phone.
No. No, I have poked my nose in there once or twice and run out screaming, slamming the door.
Yeah.
No way.
I don't need to be, every time I look down at my phone, see another reminder that people on Reddit hate my guts, okay? No,
Yeah,
thank you.
no.
Don't need that.
That would hurt my feelings. No thanks.
I use Reddit as a tool. I just I feel like the way that the system is set up, it's built for trolling. But I do use it. I definitely use it. We had a bunch of them in a row here this time.
Nice. And they're drops you need for these?
No, they're not drops. You can loot these all you want. This is just kills.
Oh, it's just a certain type of giant?
Yeah, there's two kinds. I need
Okay.
the Frostmaw Giant, and I need the Frostmaw Preserver as well. And I agree, Sparoh does have a good voice. It's a really good voice for streaming and or content creation, etc.
Aw, thanks, guys. I never thought so, but it's very kind of you to say.
Yeah, you got a calm, relaxing kind of voice that just is easy to listen to.
Wow, thank you. I feel the same way about Crow Singer's voice.
Yeah, of course.
She's got this like raspy, kind of calm. I don't know.
I like
She's
it
got
too.
a really pretty
yeah,
voice.
I agree with that. I've got the kind of voice where, like, I used to smoke cigarettes, and you know by hearing me that at some point in my life I probably had a mullet.
Would you say that's your voice?
Yeah.
No, I actually cannot imagine you with a mullet.
That's my review.
Oh gosh. No, you have a very good voice, especially for like the YouTube content videos and stuff. I find it's always smooth and you got a great voice. And no mullet.
I like that.
I cannot believe they're coming back.
Wait, what's coming back? Oh, mullets?
Mullets. I'm like, what?
The's a sick part of me that's excited about
No.
it. It's a very sick.
They're so bad.
The twisted, evil part of me is kind of excited about it because you see somebody with a mullet, and it just brings me joy. I don't know, something about mullets. It's so outrageous that it brings me a bit of joy.
Oh gosh. Yeah, my hairdresser was like, I have people calling me making appointments to get mullets. I'm like, what? Okay.
So
everything comes back.
Me and Steve were talking about this when we were younger. It's not that we really wanted a mullet. We just thought it's a hilarious haircut. So we would go to like salons and ask if they would cut our hair into a mullet, and they wouldn't do it. Like they would refuse. And they would even kick us out of the store for it. Because, they weren't, they didn't want, what it was they didn't want people to say, where did you get your haircut? And you named their place, right? Like, it's bad PR. So, first of all, as I said last time when we discussed this, everybody knows that mullets generally don't come from a salon. They come from a toilet while you're eating a burrito, taking a dump at the same time, and also cutting your own mullet into your own head. That's where mullets are born. But what's funny now is that now you really can. Now it's a legit haircut again somehow. And I think it's because of Dr. Disrespect.
Oh, really?
That's my personal theory, my hypothesis.
So he has a mullet. I don't.
He
I
wears
mean, I
a
know
fake.
of him, but
It's a fake mullet. He wears like the MMO cop.
yeah.
Literally, that's his mullet. He literally bought the same mullet I did.
Okay. Well, that makes sense because he's huge. People want to
Yeah,
emulate.
it's a wig though. That's what's funny.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
he has short hair.
Remy, you're
Yeah.
listening to today's top slow jams on 107.9 WTTK.
Clipped. That will actually play on the real 107.9 WTTK at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Only in Seattle. Only in Seattle.
That's hilarious.
You know what? Out of all the fashion things that, unfortunately, I used to wear them too. I think we all did. If we admit it, out of all the things, the thing I'm most embarrassed about is those sweatpants with the bands on the bottom that were like
Oh, I
tight.
hated those. Oh, those are the worst. Yeah, and you know it's hard to find jogging pants that have the loose bottoms. They all have those weird tight
They
bands.
did
at the
start
bottom.
adding the other bands, not the kind I'm talking about, but they did start putting bands back on them. But they're more stylish bands. The ones I'm talking about look like scrunchies or like a. Only thing I'm thinking to compare it to is vulgar, so I won't say it. They look like scrunchies. You know?
No, I don't know.
You don't know what I'm talking about? They were like cheap sweatpants. They multicolored red, blue, green, yellow, orange.
Oh my gosh.
and they
no,
they had like a scrunchy type band right at the ankles.
Oh, weird. No, I've never seen that.
Oh, that was like what we wore at the house for like all the 80s when I was growing up.
Really?
Yeah, like everybody in the house. Everybody in the whole house had a different colored pair of those. I hate those. I don't know why, but they look really bad.
I was more of a rocker chick in the 80s, like listening to Whitesnake, kind of.
Nice. See, you're a little bit older than me. I was still a
little
kid
bit.
in the 80s. I was still, 80s
Yeah.
was my childhood. I was
Well, like 85,
teenager in
I'd
the
be grade
90s.
5, right? So it's easy for me to remember what grade I was in by the year.
Oh, that works out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
89, grade
85, I was a little youngin' with my Nintendo. Yeah, I guess that's about right. Yeah, Nintendo was around. My wife stepped on your aunt house?
Like pet ants?
I assume so, yeah.
Or just like
Are
an
they
ant hill?
fire ants? Or regular ants?
You will suffer. Man, I don't live where there's fire ants, and I am very thankful for that. Ugh.
That's one of the few things I don't miss about Louisiana was all the fire ants. I remember getting used to them though, because I remember just doing mulch and they'd be crawling on me. I just swat them away. It was no big deal. All right, there we go. How far did that get
Awesome.
me? Where is it? Oh, yep. Now I'm legitimately halfway through Honored. Well, thanks for joining me, Sparoh. I know that wasn't the most
Thanks for
fun
having me.
thing to do, but I appreciate the help.
Yeah, it was fun. I planned on playing until I leveled, and I didn't know how long that would take, so I cleared the morning. But thanks so much for the level, too. And the dungeon and the fun, and thanks to chat for all the laughs and good times.
Yep, thanks everybody. Yeah, the conversation kept things. Yeah, the elastic just at the bottom. That's right. Eva knows what I'm talking about. I thought everybody wore those in the 80s. Maybe not. Maybe not. But we definitely did. So when I do finally get those home videos, because I'm gonna get them, and I'm gonna make like a collage of like my retro gaming beginnings or something. I don't know what I'll do with them, but I'm gonna release them. You're gonna see me wearing those a lot. Like that's what we wore at home. That was the home pants.
That's funny. Well, can't wait to see it.
And you'll get to hear my horrendously bad Southern accent when I was a kid too, because we lived in Tennessee.
Aww.
And we had like a really crazy Southern drawl at that time.
You know, little kids with a Southern drawl just melt my heart. Seriously,
Well,
like I think it's the cutest thing ever.
Prepare yourself then, because it is an epic. I actually went to courses to get rid of my Southern drawl, and it's still there a little
Really?
bit, but like I took courses to get rid of it because I was doing telecommunication.
I've never picked up on it. Mm-mm.
Well, everybody, thanks for joining us. That was a good time, and we will. Let's see. Today is Wednesday, so tonight at 5:30 p.m., me and Steve goes live with our MMO tourist. We'll be diving deeper into Dragon Ball Online, and with your guys' help, we'll decide if we're taking another week or if we're gonna spin the wheel for another MMO for next week. And Thursday, we will be doing. Are we going to stream? How are we going to do the morning streams now that you're 70, Sparoh?
I don't know. I'm free in the mornings to do whatever streams if you want to. I didn't know if you'd go back to your own regularly scheduled program. I didn't want to assume anything, so.
It's up to you. Is there something you wanted to do? Is there things you need or want to do now that you're 70?
I honestly haven't looked into it.
Okay, well, let me know, because I'm down. If you don't want to, I will likely I'll still play WoW, but I'll probably just run this quest over and over again, trying to get this epic mount before Wrath launches. But if you got something to do, I'll join you, and we'll do that.
All right, I'll look into it.
Up to you.
If I find something fun, I'm definitely down for it.
All right. And Brewfest is happening, so maybe we could get some people together and do that and try to...
Oh, that'd be fun.
That'd be fun. We could run that dungeon he was talking about with the new boss or whatever.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good.
Well, guys, I do have a new video coming out. Actually, I would give you a sneak peek, but I don't have any idea what it is. So I'm going to do that right now, though. But there's a video coming out. It'll be out. Usually I get it done by around 2:30, 4 o'clock at the latest. And beyond that, guys, everybody have a great day. And I'll be back later this evening with MMO Taurus. See you guys later. Bye, everybody.
Bye.